Hello, everybody. I'm wait a few more minutes till everybody can get in here. They didn't believe me. Well, I'm 15 minutes late. I did say I was going to be on here at 8. You know how I hate to be tardy, but it's my own fault. But the streets are alive already, as I can see. So I'm just waiting a few more minutes for some people to get in here before I start talking. Then again, I don't know where Squirrel Girl is. I think she's on vacation. Well, maybe not. Who knows? When I would end up breaking something, and then I'll know. Yeah. Hello. Oh, there you are. Squirrel Girl's in the chat, like for real, not in the same room, but she's here. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Hi, Robin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just waiting a few more minutes for people to get here. That's all. And I'm writing a note to myself. People just crack me up, man. Oh, y'all just don't know. I was on the line. I was listening since I left, and I was trying to figure out my plan that I was telling y'all about when I was on here earlier, and I just was distracted by you know a couple of people, and I'm just shaking my head, right? And I know I did have a great day. Thank you so much. Um, Sometimes I don't know if it's just me or what that I just sit here and shake my head at people, you know. But the first person I'm gonna talk about is Melissa Jade. Now, I just started listening to Melissa Jade a few days ago, and well, the first day was kind of weird for me because she was just like sitting there and doing something. I don't know if she was coloring or crocheting or doing something. And she had her glasses on and some music playing. She was having a funky good old time by herself. And I guess it was Friday night maybe. And I just was like, what is this girl doing? Because I hear a lot of people talk about her, so I was checking it out. And I just couldn't figure out what was going on. She was having her own sleepover, I guess, with the subs, and it just didn't make any sense to me. So I left, and then welcome everybody, come on in. Then I went back another time when I saw her on, and then another time, and eventually I realized that Melissa Jade is a smart cookie, really smart cookie. Um, I really liked her lives. She talked about some really intelligent stuff. And I guess I just wanted to give Melissa Jade a shout out for how well her channel is done. Um, she's kind of funny, but she's really intelligent with the things she talks about. She did some Antarctica stuff that was very interesting about things that are there that well they shouldn't be there, or they're there and they're there from another time ago, that pointing out pictures. um, but it was a very intelligent conversation, and so I'm gonna give mad props to Melissa Jade. It's really turned me around to watch her more. Because when Natasha's gone now, gotta find something to watch. But I don't want to watch trashy either, which leads me into the next person. And this is not really a person. I'm sorry, voices for the voiceless. I don't. Since Natasha's gone, I don't really like to watch her because it just seems a little fake to me. Unless I'm misunderstanding her, it just does. I mean, she's happy and she's talking a lot, but it seems like a lot of talking, like you just think or know that she's responsible for kicking Natasha off, is how it seems to me. And that on every live she goes on with somebody, it's like she's teaching lessons on how and what to look for. And so, um, that's just how I see her. She seems like a nice lady, but it's just the fact of her sounding like she's teaching everybody about I can't put my finger on it. It's just her sounding like a teacher and going around and like she put Natasha off and this is what you need to look for. And that's how it just sounds to me. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying how it sounds. But Melissa Jade doesn't sound like that. I mean, she gives information and backs it up and, you know, just puts it on out there in an intelligent way, but she's got that goofy little spirit also, and laughs a lot. So it's it's nice to hear someone that's intelligent talking about intelligent things and also being um, comfortable enough to laugh and be goofy is all I'm saying. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Say hi at least if you're in here. Say hi. Um, so that was my first two things I wanted to talk about. Was Melissa Jade and Voice for the Voiceless, and I didn't have much bad to say about either one. I just don't watch them enough. But I'm saying if you haven't seen Melissa Jade, check her out. She's pretty intelligent. So I thought she hasn't changed in the many times I've watched her recently. So I'm gonna give her that trophy. She's earned it. Now, who the winner of the 2 day I swear you need to go get a nap is Kelly the Advocate. I tell you, I don't know if y'all have noticed a lot, but there are not a lot of males who are content creators. If they are, I mean, I know I am crafting oh, I won't even go there. And I really can't think of many more. There aren't many more Pastor Mills. I know his name, but don't worry about his content. Um, and so when there's not that many, you start to hear a lot. And we're not really yellers either. Well, Crafton's a little rasp, but still, that's his way. It's okay. It's his way, and you wouldn't understand him well if he changed. He's very funny, off the cuff kind of person. But Kelly the Advocate, man, she almost steals your energy out of your own body. I don't know why. It seems like when Natasha got, banded, kicked off last night, yesterday, or today, this last time. Well, before that, she had come on yesterday and was kind of giving her who's who on a hit list, kind of. Had her little headset on with her little mic around her mouth, and was going off on everybody. And she was like, I'm taking notes this, I'm taking notes that, and kind of threatening people like, don't mess with me. And da, 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 da. She even threatened Mandy C. Um, she was making a lot of barking, a lot of barking. Um, I just, and then she went off, and then she comes back today with another set of barking and just threatening people. She thinks she's not being threatening, but she is being threatening. So I don't won't be surprised when Mandy C or any of the other ones bite back or bark back. I won't be surprised at all. I mean, and then she has this when she says something that's really threatening, she'll use the sentence for entertainment purposes only. Like that's getting away with saying something ugly, you know, to make it a. I guess she's trying to say that so that if someone tries to say she's threatening them, she's adds that in there so she can say no. See, this was for entertainment purposes only. You playing the game. When that person comes at you, they're not playing the game. You're playing the game. Now, just because Natasha's gone doesn't mean you take over her place with threatening people. And she's using her status as an advocate as well. She's saying things and showing a picture of her certificate of when she used to be a paralegal. Well, I kind of knew that by the way you were talking. But are you using your credentials to crawl into places within that career field that you're not a part of anymore? I mean, you're a patient advocate. Are you using your credentials to climb into files that other people wouldn't normally have access to? Are you climbing in those files on certain people off the internet on YouTube to get information you would normally have as a person? Are you doing that? Are you violating the law? Because by the way you're screaming and shouting all up in the internet, it sounds like you would be the kind of person who would go in the back because you're very, very confident in saying, I got my ways. I got this and I have that. And if you go past, you're very threatening people strongly, and you don't look like you could beat up a flea in person. So that makes me question if you're using your paralegal status from the past to go into places that you're not supposed to go into. If you're going and checking out people, you're not a paralegal anymore. So you say. So you shouldn't have access to, you know, go and check up on these kind of things. Then that makes you no better than anybody else. I don't know why you're screaming all up in the internet like that. It's very unladylike. It's very unbecoming. I mean, if you one minute you're placing yourself as a proper lady, is what you say, and the next minute you're all thuggish. Well, not really. You don't look like a thug. You're trying to sound like one, but you know, I've never seen a thug in a cardigan sweater. No way. I ain't never seen that. Unless that's what you are, well, then okay, I've seen one. But it's not very threatening. Why don't you act like you claim of your intelligence with all these degrees you have and all these things and sit down. Sit down and talk like a person with intelligence. You don't have to scream at people to get people to listen. And you just look like you're trying to take the old Natasha's place in acting like her, and you think that's what YouTube wants? You think that's what anybody wants? They took a long time getting rid of her. And when are you going to wake up to see that people didn't get rid of her? YouTube kept giving her the warnings to make her stop, and she didn't. And then she got the big plunge from Google. Why can't you see that? If you're so smart, if you're so intelligent, Kelly, why can't you see the truth? You acting like the old Natasha that we all know is not threatening anybody, and we're not scared of you. It actually looks very humorous. You look like a Saturday Night Live, uh, the lady that's on there. I can't think of her name because she plays all the characters that are goofy and screaming and stuff like that. She played, Hillary Clinton, and you look not smart, but you don't look like a thug either, unless you really don't know what a thug looks like. Because if your version of a thug is you, well, then you need to take a walk through the streets of somewhere serious. Let Mandy take you for a walk somewhere, a place where thugs are. Get outside your car, go take a walk with, Mandy, and let her show you where they are. Let her show you what it looks like, because you don't have a clue. You don't have a clue what a real thug looks like. Just because you've seen them in a courtroom or in a domestic violence way doesn't mean you've seen a real thug work. You haven't seen them in their space. So don't act like you're a real thug. You don't look like anyone to be scared of or anyone to be worried about. And then you talked about your disability, and you're part of the protected class. Well, I'm going to tell you, like you told other people, I'm in the protected class too. So we're right up there even. I might be steps ahead of you because I'm a vet. So don't think about cussing me out just because I'm telling you the truth. I don't have to yell and scream in this microphone to tell the truth about how you look. You look like a spoiled baby. Hi, Monique. You look like you're a spoiled baby throwing a temper tantrum and writing on your notebook. And if I had to have a patient, if I had to have an advocate and a choice, I'm not sure you're the person I'd pick. I'm not sure at all because of the sound of your voice, because you scream, you talk loud, and you think it sounds authoritative, I guess, but it doesn't. It doesn't sound authoritative at all. I hate to say it, but I was in a total different room than my caretaker, Squirrel. You'll see her. She's right there in the comment section. I was in a totally different room, 2 rooms away, really. And I walked in there where she was, and I said, "What is that?" Because it was so just piercing me. And I'm like, "What is that?" And she said she was listening to someone's uh, channel, and they were playing. Hi, Helen. She was playing someone's chat, and Kelly, you were on there screaming, and you were taking notes, and you were getting all geared up for what you were going to do to people. And you went through 3 people's name in the 1 second I was standing there. And then I asked, I said, "Who is that?" And she said, "It was you." And I was like, "Ooh, can you turn it down?" And she goes, "No, I'm going to turn it off." And I'm sorry, but the first thing I said, "Yes, Helen, you did. Yes, you said Kelly's always been that way." And the first thing I said was, "She said this, Kelly, the avocado is Crafton says it." And I was like, "Well, I don't know who that is." Because she said Kelly, the avocado, because I didn't know Crafton said that. So I was like, "Oh, well, please turn it down or turn her off." Because to me, she sounded like a mad Elmo. You know, Elmo from Sesame Street? The more she screamed, the more she sounded like him. High pitched, just it just was off the chain. So now every time I hear her, I think of Elmo. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but I guess if I ask another man about me, he's gonna tell me Elmo too. Because it's that high pitched screaming sound that makes it that way. I don't get the Kelly the avocado. I don't get that. Of why they call you that. And so I'm not going to call you that. I'm just going to call you Kelly the advocate. But I don't know what you're advocating when you're screaming at other creators like you are. And that tagline is terrible. You yell it, cuss out these people, and yeah, you're cussing at them. You're cussing at these people, and then say, um, for all intents and purposes, this is for entertainment. What? That has to be the lamest thing I've ever heard. This is entertainment for all intents and purposes. Well, you think someone's going to buy that? You think that some lawyer on the bench somewhere, if someone took you to court, that judge is so dumb that he's going to buy that you didn't mean what you said for all intents and purposes of being entertaining? He's probably going to look at you and say, "Well, what are you saying that for?" Stop. It will all end in tears. She sounds like she needs to take a nap. I've been hearing this wretched Elmo for 2 days straight. And it really does seem like a meltdown is gonna come. Just like she's swearing she wasn't, she admitted to drinking 1 glass of wine, but then denies that the person that came on somebody's channel wasn't her. Well, I don't know, because I don't know what you sound like when you're drunk. And people are going, "Oh, you can't get drunk off 1 glass of wine." You can if you're not a drinker. And I don't know if that was her or not. I tend to think it is because you said how much alcohol you had to drink that night. I mean, if I didn't have any alcohol and someone said that was me on the tape, I'd be like, "No, that wasn't me. I wasn't even anywhere around." I wouldn't say, "No, that's not me. I only had 1 glass of wine that night." Wait, what? That don't make no sense. Hi, Jill. Ah, that's why she's pissed off with me, Jill. For saying it wasn't her or saying she was drunk. I don't know if it was her drunk or not. I'm just saying it is not the natural case. For me, I don't drink. That's a fact. But I'm just thinking that if I had drunk 1 glass of wine and someone said something to me, I wouldn't lead off with, "I only had 1 glass of wine. That's why it couldn't have been me." That's basically saying your excuse for why you sounded different. I mean, sorry, that's what it sounds like. I mean, Jill says, "Hello, good folks. Hello, everybody." For saying it was her, and Dots even said it was. Well, I mean, if you're going to say you drink 1 glass of wine, so it couldn't have been you, basically you're saying it was you, in my opinion. But that's just it. It's my opinion. If I hadn't drank any wine and I hadn't been online, I probably wouldn't mention the glass of wine at all. That wouldn't be my first thought to mention it. But this is just, I mean, I don't know why you just have taken over Natasha's role on YouTube completely. And let's talk about these 30,000 views on your first blowout. Well, how did you do that? You put up that first video that was a screaming banshee, the one that I said you sounded like Elmo, and you were taking notes and this and that, and somehow or another you got 30,000 views. That don't make no sense either. Because your video was the same as the stuff you always place. And I look back at all your other videos and how many views you got, and I didn't see anything special about that. I found it very annoying from your pitch of your tone, but I don't see 30,000 people going there and liking that video. There's something up with that. Either there's a place that you can pay for views and you paid for views, or somebody else paid for views for you taking up for Natasha like you did and like you were doing and making a hit list, I guess, um, or something. Because you're not going to tell me that you made 30,000 views on that. No way. No way. And I wouldn't go to swearing that, it was real either. Because I'm telling you, God's watching you. And He ain't pleased. I mean, for all intents and purposes of entertainment. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get away with it saying that. I doubt it. You gotta be kidding me. With all the stuff that, I mean, you just, so much vile. And if that wasn't enough, you came out with another video the next day. And today. I mean, Hide the fishing spot reviewer. Weak as hell. Who we talking about? Who's weak as hell? Just can't throw a fish in here like that. Gonna come in here with a fish up there held up and say weak as hell. D- Diente? I'm confused. He knows something I don't know. But she needs a nap. And she was on there today, pretty much ranting and raving still. I wish I knew how long this was going to last, Helen. Give up the info. No Diente. Do you know how long these things last? I'm afraid she's going to have a blood pressure problem. Helen, did you leave and come back? See, that squirrel ain't in here, and I can't get her to do nothing. She acts like she's on vacation. It's all right. Um, but I don't know what her problem is, and I just hope it ends soon. I think she's trying to act like Natasha did for some time, not like she acts now, of course, but acts. I think she's trying to act like her, thinking she'll get Natasha's washouts that don't want to jump through hoops. Um, that she'll calm down some. Yeah, I see you. Squirrel, how you think I don't see you? I see you. Not too long before she loses it completely. Well, I don't know how long it's going to be. Helen, I'm sorry, but that cracks me up every time I hear it. She acts gangsta, but she's cotton wool. How can she act gangster? I don't understand her thinking she's a gangster. I mean, what part of her says gangster? I'm just not. I see the cotton wool part for sure. I see the cardigan sweater. Yeah. But gangster, either I don't know the word of gangster or I ain't never seen a gangster, but she don't give me no gangster. Uh yeah, no. I don't even understand you saying that, Helen. She acts gangster. Man, that's the funniest thing. When I heard her saying she'll get, you know, Helen, she don't like you. How can she not like you, Helen? Are you not gangster enough to be in her gang? She doesn't like me at all. Cause you're not gangster enough. Is that it? That's insane. She acts gangster. I can't even picture that. I really can't. She acts gangster, but she's cotton wool. I see the cotton wool. I see a little lamb about to be slaughtered in the uh, in the field. I mean, why would she take on Mandy C of all people? Mandy C, the person who claimed herself to hit another inmate in the face with a flat iron. Mm. And Sheep Gangster thinks that she can take her on. No, I don't think so. Because they called her out a year ago. Well, Mandy C didn't call her out at all that I know of, and she's all, you know, she's all just putting it out there. Either she has a mental illness that she's trying to hide, but she ain't hiding it very well because she's all crazy eyed and buffed up and all that, trying to look like she's gangster and she should be afraid of her. Unless you have a mental illness that, I know you have a mental illness card for something, but ADHD, I think that's what she said. Um, that's not gonna make you act gangster. That'll make you kid like you had too much cotton candy and a sheep. You messed up your sweater. That's what I'm saying. Sorry. Um, I hope you don't go gangster on me because I'm gonna laugh at you. Because that's what I was doing when you said all that stuff about going gangster on Mandy C. I laughed. And that's a pretty positive thing because I don't laugh that much. But I just can't get it in my head looking at you, much less hearing you. You sound like Elmo, but you gangsta and you wear a cardigan sweater. Yeah, them images don't go the same to me. They don't go and don't work. Them don't go together. It's like a puzzle with two pieces mixed up. But you look like you was out of whack whenever you was looking at the camera like all buffed up like a puffer fish, saying, "Yeah, keep saying this, keep saying that. I'm gonna come for you." You probably shouldn't say that to certain people. I don't even know where you live, but if you live in somewhere like Nebraska or somewhere in the open fields, you probably shouldn't like say things like that to people. Helen, I feel sorry for Kelly. She only hurts herself. Well, there's no doubt in it. I didn't really care for her before when she was on Natasha's panel, and now I really can't. It's the yelling. Oh, Jill, she's big into the medical marijuana stuff, which whatever, but she loves to speak on it. She does at oh, okay. Now she lives in Chicago. Oh, see, I thought she probably lived out in the plains of somewhere, plains of New York or Pennsylvania or somewhere like that. So maybe that's why she thinks she's gangster, because she lives in Chicago. Mm, 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 mm. I bet she don't live in the hood. I bet she don't. The projects. Nope, don't see that happening. I don't see her even being able to walk down the street in the projects. I could be wrong. It's not me judging her. It's how she looks. When she's screaming on the screen, how else am I supposed to see her? Oh, Lord. Well, then we must be in for a good one, Jill. Must be in for a good one. Looks like we're long overdue for maintenance because she is, well, she was bullied as a kid for being white. Um, haven't there been a lot of kids who have been bullied for being white? A lot of them. A lot of kids have been bullied for being white. I know people don't think that, but they have. A lot of kids get bullied for a lot of things that shouldn't happen. They're kids. They shouldn't be taking on adult issues. And that's where a lot of that bullying comes from. They out there trying to make their own money and bank on this. Um, and they're running their own little businesses in the street because they're the ones that are taking care of the little brothers and sisters, and maybe mama too, and maybe daddy. Because when you from that kind of background, you do what you got to do, and I do understand that. Hello, Tammy McD17. Who is this Lewis guy y'all keep bringing up? I know who y'all said he was. He's American. He speaks Spanish and all that, but I've never seen him yet. I don't know what his channel is, so shoot his channel down there so I can see what it is, and I'll find him and see what he's about, talks about. But I mean, there's some don't people don't want to go to the hood if they really believe it. That's a whole social difference. Just a whole social difference. And I ain't gonna lie about it. It's not a pretty place. You know, be glad when you get out of it too. You know who I haven't seen in a while in here? I haven't seen Cole Lewis DeLuke. DeLuke. He's no fan. Is it DeLuke or DeLuck? He is no friend of. Well, there ain't. She doesn't have a lot of fans that I can see. I haven't seen Cole in a while, and I saw Michael earlier, but I haven't seen him tonight. So if y'all see Michael, make sure you tell him I said hello, and Cole, him too. I keep losing my guys in here. I don't know why. They act like I don't talk about them. Maybe they're thugs. Maybe they out there in the streets with Kelly. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. Oh, Lewis. I don't want to say his last name. I'm going to mess it up. Lewis Lee Duck. Lewis Duke was close with Dot, and they cannot stand Kelly and this gal Emily. So this is going to be a huge turnabout with Kelly, and Dot is very odd. Well, Dot, I mean Dorothy, I just can't. I can't talk because I can't listen to her. She talks so slow, and then it's like all of a sudden she just spits out a bunch of curse words. For a long time, I thought she had Tourette's. Uh, Louis, Louis Leduc. Okay, thank you, Helen. Did I get it right now? Louis DeLuc. Squirrel Girl, what are you elbow coughing for? Did I say that right, Helen? Louis DeLuc. Louis DeLuc. Louis the Duke. Louis the Duke. I think I said it right when you had it. Louis Le Duc. I guess better watching more now. She comes from the Watts case. I thought everybody came from the Watts case. That don't mean nothing to me because she's on the Watts case. What's she gonna tell us? She figured it out before anybody else? Maybe it fried her brain. Mm, she's scary. Dorothy speaks too low. Kelly, I can't see Dorothy and Kelly on the same thing trying to talk to each other. I just can't. That would be a nightmare too. An absolute nightmare. Wow. I think that would be a total nightmare. I'll tell you, if I had to put him in a ring, right, I would put Kelly the Advocate, Voices for the Voiceless in the ring with, let me see, with who? Are you serious? She's an advocate for Shanahan's family? Oh, gosh. Wow. Didn't know that. No, she acts too smart. She acts like a smart ass. Sorry. I had to. She got obsessed. I'm sure she did. Um, okay, back in the ring, I want Voices for the Voiceless versus Kelly the Advocate, and I want Melissa Jade to be the ringmaster between these two. That would be a great, like, you know, mashup. Oh, but even better one would be Voices for the Voice. No, no, no. Kelly the Advocate versus Dorothy. Them two against each other, and Melissa Jade as the ringleader to the referee. That would be epic. That would be an epic thing. What? Who's Junior? Is that Shanahan? The Shanahan family? Is that one of the kids? Hmm. I bet she did. Oh, yeah, that's a good matchup. So she had the hots for the son when she's supposed to be working a case. What kind of advocate is she? Oh my goodness. That scares me. I'm sure he is, but he wouldn't have been lovely if that had been a partnership going on. So that's what we need right there in a combat mission. We need Kelly the Advocate versus Dorothy with Melissa Jade as the ringleader, the referee of it. Just pitch them right on the side. Put Melissa Jade where I am in the circle and put them two on each side and let them battle it out. Oh man. What? She said she was a conduit for. Didn't she say something about Shannon and Shanahan was like talked to her through her or something like that? She has no boundaries and just wanted to get the scoop and be in the know. Yes, he is. Wasn't there something like that that was said about that she got like Shannon was like in her body or something? Something to that effect. That she could feel her in her body, or I'm just. She calls Sandy mom. What? That's crazy. Are you serious? Lord. She already had herself married to Junior. Oh, run, Junior, run. Run. That was so creepy when she would call her mom. Run. Run, Junior. The only way she can call her mom and mean is you, Junior. Run. Wow. Were y'all like there and ever hear that with your own ears? Or did y'all hear her? Oh. Good boy, Junior. Good boy. I get very dark energy from. I'm sorry, but I do too. Wow, Helen, that's crazy. I feel like that dark energy that she has in her, she put out when I was watching her scream like Elmo. I'm sorry, I'm naming her Elmo because that's what she sounds like, a mean, dirty Elmo. And her eyes were big and she just looked strange to me. Helen says, I was friends with Kelly and I'm still friends with Frankie. Will you keep Frankie clear of Kelly? I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. Um, her face and how it looked was so, I don't know, other than just not right. And I'd walked away from her. I just had to tell Squirrel Girl to get rid of that off the phone because it was not a good sound I wanted to hear anymore. And I was 2 rooms away. 2 rooms away. You would think the way she talks about her life, she would be, have a great life. Happy, joy, joy, chill, chill, joy. It was loud. You think so? Squirrel Girl, it sounded like Elmo got caught in the door. Cat get caught in the door is one thing. Elmo caught in the door was another. And it was just, I can't say enough. I can't say enough. So, how in the world did she become an advocate for that family? Did she seek it, or did it just so happen to be that she got picked for that family? Or did she somehow put herself in the way to be picked for that family? Is a better question. because that's just the strangest thing ever. Strangest thing ever. Mm, mm, mm. And then that day that she was talking about, oh, how how can you put your she put herself in that position. Okay, Helen, she did a live a while back and she had really dark makeup and gothic look. Oh, wow. Real weird talk. The room was dark and she acted twisted. She admitted to not even being an advocate. So who knows? What? She placed herself smack dab. How did she place herself in the middle of it? I mean, how do you just go up to somebody and be like, "Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm gonna step into your serious death here. I'm This is the craziest thing I've ever read and heard." She did a live a while back, and she had really dark makeup on and a gothic look and really weird talk. God, if anybody finds that and brings that up, she might lose it because that's going to be a stark difference from her image now and her image back then. Wow. Wow. Somebody's gonna find that, and then that might tell the story of her, you know? Because I don't know how you go from gothic girl. Hi, Red Door Woman. How are you? I don't know how you go from that kind of, you know, person to Susie, Wonder Bread. That's a little concerning that you go from what Jill just described to Susie Homemaker, and then she talks about her husband or the boyfriend or one or the other. I don't know who, if she was married or not, choking her. And she talks about that a lot. And talks about that's why that piece under her throat on her neck bulges out, and that she couldn't be killed or something because of that. I mean, she was just rambling on about all kinds of things that night. I was listening to her. I'm like, what the heck, you know? And then she plays this role of the advocate that's here to help somebody, and she's Miss Tough Girl. That this is a whole different persona going on. It's crazy. Helen, I went over to Kelly's panel. Frankie followed me over. I thought she was okay back then. Then she started saying her channel was. Yeah, was she ever in the spirit boxes? I guess Dot is talking about getting a spirit box. That surprises me a lot too. Although Dot, who knows? Wow. That's some eye opening stuff right there. The first thing that Jill said about the gothic look and the dark makeup, I didn't foresee that. And then I didn't foresee this. What's a ruse neck channel? What is that? RZUC. Is that a person? Rusnik channel? Is that a person or a place? Rzucek. She started saying her channel was the Rusnik channel. I don't know what that is. Um, that spirit box is something else. I told y'all I'm from New Orleans, so mm, that sounds a little. Oh, thank you, Jill. So she started saying her channel was the Shan, the oh, was their channel. Yeah, and that's what I got. But she started saying her channel was their channel, or that she was on their channel. No, Helen says right here. Then she started saying her channel was their channel, the Roosting Channel. Jeez, some Pete. Wow, that's so bizarre. I'm gonna need to pray extra hard for everybody tonight. Extra, extra. Because that is really off the chain stuff. You could do a case on them and still not have enough evidence for even the sons. Um, yeah, all I think about when I hear the spirit box is I just, mm, no. She thought of herself as even a daughter, as the daughter, maybe even Shannon. I heard somebody say something about, I don't know what they said, but it was something to the effect of like Shannon being that, wait, something about the fact that she thought that Shannon could speak through her, or that was inside her, or something like that. Red Door Woman said, I just sense bad medicine. As U.S. natives say in many of these well, you're right on that one. There ain't no doubt about that. I sense a lot of bad too. Yeah, some of these creators need to stop being foolish and stop playing with stuff they don't know about. Um, yeah, I don't remember exactly what they said, but people said something about like she was saying that Shanahan, I don't know how you say that girl's name, Shanahan or Shannon. I know it's a little dark. Just let me have it, okay? That she was residing in her body, or she felt her, or something. I remember people used to make fun of that for some reason, but not to her and not to her face. Wow. So Miss Goody Two Shoes Cotton ain't so clean after all when you start looking into her background. And look at that. I didn't even look. Didn't even look. It just spilled out all over the floor. Hmm. Helen says, is it the Ruza checks? I think so. Y'all have to excuse me if you're saying people's names wrong. I'm not good at that. Tried to back away gently. Then she accused Frankie of using her for money. What in the world? I told her privately that I could no longer support her. Then she went crazy, mad at me. Using her for money? Is she from a rich background or something? I mean, why would Frankie be using her for money? What's that about? Uh-uh. No. Did Frankie ever even like her? Like maybe I might want to date her or something? Wow. That's crazy. That's truly crazy. Mm-mm. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm gonna call it a night, and I will see y'all again soon. Thank y'all so much. I'm glad we got through all this. Wait, let me read this from Jill. I spoke with Frank Sr. in MRBs because I had 4 family members killed by a relative and understand some of the exploitation he felt with. Wow. No, she's not rich, but she gave him money. Then the money paid her back every cent. Wow. He's a very nice man. Yeah, that'll give me a lot more to think on tonight than what I thought in the first place. Oh. So, I'm gonna go think about some of this more before I put my caution sign up, Helen. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm sorry for your loss too, Jill. Peace and blessings to all of you. Have a great night. Don't forget, before you get into bed, once you're in the bed, before you close your eyes and you really going down, think of what you're blessed for today and have a great night, great peaceful sleeping, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, and peace and blessings on you all, every one of you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود. قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء شهيد. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ